So this is an unboxing of the Harbor Freight 56-inch toolbox. You can see it up there in the garage. So I was worried that we were going to be able to get up this little curb. My driveway's pretty steep, so that was another thing I was kind of worried about. But we got it up there with the pallet jack without too much problem. It was, I don't know, he probably could have done it by himself, but it was good to have me there steadying the package. I'm 6'4", so that box is pretty big. I was kind of surprised. It came kind of dusty. That was interesting because, you know, I figured that these things moved quicker than to have some dust settle on them, but who knows? So I'm just gonna start the unboxing here. So again, this is an unboxing of the Harbor Freight 56-inch toolbox. This is the bottom portion. I'm planning on getting the top portion here soon. So it's red, and I think it's modeled after a snap-on toolbox. Here you can see that the wheels are not, I mean, they're not touching the pallet jack. So that's something to take note of because, like I said, it's on these blocks. It comes shipped on these blocks, so the wheels are not touching the ground, so to speak. So it can't roll. It's kind of jacked up on these pieces of wood, and these pieces of wood are nailed down to the pallet jack. So if you take anything from this video, just know what you're dealing with when you get the toolbox. As far as taking it off of this here, there's a lip that you need to clear. That lip is 1.5 inches. Anyhow, there she is. It's really a well-made box. The reason I got this one is because I saw a comparison online between various popular boxes, including Craftsman, even some higher end boxes, and here I'm just rotating it because there's the sun is going down, so I need a little bit more light. So just for the camera, I'm just rotating the box. In retrospect, it's probably better to have the non-turning wheels aiming into your garage, so that way you can ensure that you're going to be going off of the pallet jack straight. Not that that's a huge issue, but it might be something to consider. So I should have rotated the other way. Anyhow, these are the keys, and like I was saying, I wish it was in different colors, but they don't seem to have any plans to make them in different colors. They used to have the smaller box. I think it's the 44-inch box, the 44-inch version of this box in black. They used to have it, but they discontinued that one, and now they only make these boxes in red. So preferably I would have liked gray. That would have been nice. Even black. I just think red is garish to me, but I think it's modeled after the Snap-on box, and I mean, if you look on Snap-on's website, they got a box that looks just like this. So I think they're aiming squarely at that name brand box. So probably why they got it red. So this is me looking like a jackass trying to open this toolbox instead of, like I said, I bought this sight unseen. I bought this purely after reading on the internet other people's reviews, perspectives, measurements of the gauge of the steel, their I guess, evaluation of, you know, how many slides the box had and whether it was adequate in comparison to, you know, the competitors out there in the market. So they had nothing but good things to say about this box, and it was basically a steal. This is like a several $1,000 box for, you know, what I get it for. I think we got it for, gosh, I think it was $850 shipped to the house, something like that. Because I got it on sale. I got it for $6.99, which is, you know, just a great deal. And here I'm still struggling to open up the box because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I said, I bought it sight unseen. I had never gone to the store and looked at it because I've had a Craftsman box before. So I can use that as a baseline. And if you say that this box is twice as good as a Craftsman box, then I already know that, you know, what I'm dealing with. Because the first thing that happened when I brought my Craftsman box home was that nameplate fell off. See that US General nameplate? That Craftsman one on the Craftsman box fell off. First thing, within 5 seconds after I put the wheels on. And look at that, I take a little break and come back and just the drawer. I figure out how to open the drawer immediately. So this is what tells you how to use the toolbox. There's a latch there. And that's how you open the drawers. So opening this box for the first time, I had really no idea what these things were, like this octopus looking thing. But those are actually labels for the drawers. You can slide those into where the handle is. Notice that they're just the width of that handle part, and they're actually like kind of like a filing system for your drawers. You can put a label on the front of them, and that way you know what's in the drawer. It's pretty neat, although I don't think I'll be using it. This is the upside down manual that they put in the drawer. I don't know if it got shifted around, but it was just kind of funny to me that it was upside down. So I'm just testing out the drawers now, the slides and whatnot, seeing how everything moves. One of the drawers was slightly stiff. There's a latching mechanism, just a piece of plastic on a spring in there, which is not supposed to be user replaceable. So if one of those things breaks, which I did see a broken one at the store when I finally did just happen to be in Harbor Freight and see the toolbox on display, there was one with a broken latch. So if that little latch part breaks, this is the stiff drawer. I'm not sure, and it had a little bit more resistance. It looks like it can't be opened, but I mean it wasn't that bad. I just went on to the next drawer. That's where they keep the drawer liner. And I'll tell you what, just out of the excitement of getting a new huge toolbox, I didn't even realize with the chemical smell that is coming off of, or that was. This is now probably 3 weeks later, probably a month later after having the box delivered. The chemical smell coming off the paint, especially from inside the drawers. So I'll talk about airing out the toolbox later. But those drawer liners also had a very heavy chemical smell, and I actually had to put those outside on hangers after I cut them to shape and let them just air out for maybe 5 or 6 days. And I had to leave the garage door open and the side door open just to let this toolbox air out for 5 or 6 days, because it really does have a chemical smell to it. And I think that's just due to, you know, the manufacturer making the toolbox, painting everything, you know, waiting the minimum amount of time, because, you know, they have it on the floor in their factory. It's taking up space. So the paint dries, and they put the thing together, and it doesn't have, you know, adequate time to really just air out. So when you get it, you're gonna have to air it out yourself, and I do recommend that because, man, that the smell is something else. It's like a chemical bath. I'm not even sure exactly. So inspect the rear rivets, because I did have one that was messed up. You can see it's poking out about an inch. So there's a better angle with the ruler. Yeah, that's protruding about an inch. So I haven't called them yet about it, but make sure you inspect it. I didn't find that till about a month later. So, make sure that you look at your rivets, because, that is a manufacturing defect right there. So I'll see how Harbor Freight handles it. It's not a huge big deal, but, if the rivet is on this side, then, is it secure in the back? It's been a while since I riveted, so I know that, sometimes you get a funky rivet, but I just hope that my toolbox is secured back behind that rivet. So this is the handle that I'm putting on now. That's a 5mm Allen wrench or hex key, whatever you want to call it. So the smell should not be a deciding factor. It is, something that will give you a headache. You need to have these things air out for probably 6 or 7 days. The insides of the drawers, and you're gonna have to rotate the drawers. The manual actually says not to have more than one drawer open at a time. So when there's nothing in the toolbox, you can have half the drawers open, and it's not too tippy. And to have every other drawer open, you got nice airflow to the drawers. But if you have all the drawers open, it's not going to tip over. But if some little kid comes by and pulls on the toolbox, it will tip over. I'll show you later how tippy it is. But it's not a deciding factor, the smell. Just if you have the chance to ventilate the inside of the drawers and the drawer liners, do so. Because otherwise it's going to take a hell of a lot longer to get rid of that funk. It's like, I don't know if anybody's soldered before. Well, I do know people have soldered before because I'm not the first guy to do it. But if you've soldered before, it's kind of like that smell that you get when you inhale like the solder smoke. It's not that same smell, but it's like the effect is the same. And this is completely inappropriate. That type of behavior right there is, just adolescent tomfoolery that should not be tolerated in the shop. So I apologize to the viewers out there, because that is completely uncalled for, and I'll make sure that nothing like that occurs again on this video. Yeah, I apologize about that. That's highly inappropriate. Anyhow, you can see that the wheels are not touching the pallet jack, so it's jacked up, and I've shown you what that looks like underneath there. So the circus begins this is us trying to figure out,
okay, watch your hand,
how the hell to get that box off of there.
It's stuck in there. It's stuck. Wait, I can knock it maybe.
So you were not able to move it? Is it screwed down? You just rotated it?
I don't think it's screwed down and moved.
So you couldn't pull it out? Did I need to lift higher?
No, because you gotta look. I gotta maybe knock it that way, because did you look under there?
No, there's a lip. There's a lip. You can't just pull it out.
Look under there, and then you see there's 2 blocks and the board going that way.
Okay. Can you lay it down?
No, okay, here's the problem. Because this is, and the other piece and the top piece is all nailed together or glued together.
Yeah, I know that, but all you have to do is lay it down.
Yeah, no, but it's not just that. It's the whole, the construction is built together. It's not just this piece. It's that piece and the other piece on the other side. It's
So
all
when you lay
one
this piece down, the other two should go with
no,
it.
no. Yeah, they should, but it's all glued together.
Okay, so I need you to lay them all down. Why weren't you able to lay them down? I didn't lift high enough?
I don't think I had enough room because this needs to go up, and so this is gonna tilt, and unless this is high enough, it's not gonna move.
Okay, so we're gonna try one more time. I'm gonna lift it as high as I can.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? You just nail to the bottom too.
That was my first question.
Yeah. It's not moving because yeah.
Nail to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll show your car before and after.
You don't pay for all the damages you're causing. I hope you know that. I'm not gonna stop that. I'm not gonna be in the way of it. If it goes this way, no, you need to see. The thing is, you need to jack it up because it's sitting on that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah. No, because it's nailed to the bottom. It's nailed to the bottom. You can't knock them. The problem is you can't knock them out because they're nailed or glued to the bottom piece here. So they're not gonna fall over.
No, they're gonna fall over, all right. I'm gonna make them fall over. I think I got the pieces I need. I'm gonna use that one. This is a nice piece. I'm not gonna use this one.
Wait, I need to get to them. Okay.
So just do one side and then you can lean over and do the other.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Oh, wait, one more time. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You could probably have sold it. Sold it.
Not with tension on it. Your saw blade is just gonna get stuck inside the wood. This is pressing down on all the weights on it. So this piece was, if I can get this last nail out. So this piece was underneath here, supporting the weight of this, and it was not on the wheels. That's why. Oh my goodness, see, I can't. That's pretty much how it was. And I dropped it on there a few times. So now for that one.
So you can see here that the nails are directly in the path of the wheel. So if you try to roll that thing off of there, no matter which way you go, you're going to be hitting the nails. So it's important to knock these nails down. And these ones, although they're not directly in the path, it's just Good just to knock them down so they're out of the way and there's no mishaps. So that's the last stand that the box is on. You can just lift it off of that one as while you're pushing it forward.
Yeah, I wish I had a large piece of plywood, but we don't have a large piece of plywood. So this is what we got. Okay, ready? So just take these out.
Okay, now.
So now this time, see, these are the turning wheels, so it would have been better to do this on the other side, but now you're gonna put these under the wheels, okay? So put it about this far under, okay? So you have this one for a guide. So that, see this side right here? This side needs to line up right here with this one, pretty much.
But the wheels are not aligned.
Oh, that's okay. I could just push them to the side after we got this thing under the wheel. So just do this one first. Just do one at a time.
Might have to go in a little more.
God, Mom, what have you been eating? You ready? Okay, that's good right there. Okay, cool. So now, I want you to go back to this other side. And just fold that side. That's okay. Perfect. They took a lot of the impact. So, okay, now go back to this side. And this thing's almost off of here. So now you don't really need to do much. Hold on.
Wow! Good job.
Okay, so you might be asking, why am I pulling this thing off of there? That's because I read online that somebody said that these pieces were plastic. They're not plastic at all. They're made out of metal. And, yeah, there's nothing on that thing is made out of plastic. This is a measurement of the length without the handles, 56.5 inches. That's without the handles. And then the height is 42 inches. And you can see that the top cover is glued down. And now this is where, you know, that's me smelling the drawers. That's all the drawers open, because you want to air them out. But if you do that, they might as well all be closed, or the bottom 5, because the only one that's getting air is the top one. So you can see how easy it is to tip right there with all the drawers open. So it's best to do it like that, stagger the drawers. That's not the most efficient arrangement of the staggering the drawers, but you know, every other drawer like that, that's probably a better way to do it right there. And what that was a picture of was a piece of cardboard inside the drawer. That's going to be your template. This is how you make your drawer liners. So you use, you line it up with the edge. That's what I did on top, and that's what I'm showing you, is that it's lined up with the edge of the piece of cardboard. Hopefully you saw it underneath the drawer liner. And you can see that even though it's lined up on the top, the end is not cut perpendicular to the straight sides. So at the factory, they don't just cut it off square. So it's good to, you know, make it square on the ends. See that little sliver that I cut off? That made it square on the end. So what I use is just thumbtacks, or I think that's what they're called, to hold the drawer liner on the cardboard, and then I just cut it, and it's a nice template. It works very well. I just repeat that, and then now I hung these out for, I mean, probably at least a week, just to let them air out because they really needed it. I think that was probably someone screeching in horror because of my flab. But so now you got drawer liners for all your drawers, and you're set to go. And I did keep the piece of cardboard on the bottom drawer, just as a template for the future when I get the top box. And that's it.